When it comes to the world of toys, there is probably nothing more fascinating or more fantastic than the world of building blocks, and more specifically, the world of Lego. Lego had made some pretty awesome successes in their time, such as the Lego movie and the Lego Batman movie, two that became huge franchise hits, including major blockbusters that raked a lot of money in, especially for Lego. But then, in 2019, the Lego movie thought to counter up with the ending of the supposed original back in 2014. But did the sequel answer the questions, or was it just flat out as bad as people think it is, or just not as good as the original? So, let's take out those building blocks and put ourselves together and create ourselves a master builder journey. This is my review of the Lego Movie Part 2. Greetings, geeks and nerds. I'm Lady Universe and I'm White and Nerdy. The Lego Movie has this pretty standard par on basically a lot of people as being one of the funniest and one of also the most charming of animated movies to ever come out of Warner Brothers, especially for an animated movie back in 2014. And still to this day, the entire movie still looks pretty damn decent, and especially still the humor holds up still to this day as one of the funniest movies that I've ever saw in animated wise. The plot was easy to follow. An unlikable, unnecessary, but all-solved hero happens to join up with a team of legionary master builders in order to save the world. And throughout the entire journey, it was the adventures of a young boy wanting to play with his father, and for them to become a thing and to become friends instead of just father and son. The Lego Movie was a box office success, making Lego and Warner Brothers a ton of money, so it wasn't that a sequel was made, but another Lego Movie. So in 2017, the Lego Batman movie had been created as one of the best and funniest movies that anybody and everyone had seen, especially for Batman fans. Lego by this point was on top of the world, really on top of their A game, and bringing everything that they can onto the table, including making successful movies after successful movies. With the ultimate blockbuster success of the Lego Batman movie back in 2017, how were you going to measure up to the original Lego movie? Well, someone originally found a way.
No, I don't want to do that.
You're going to have a great time.
No, no, no,
You
no.
might meet some new people.
No, 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 no.
Even make some new friends.
No, 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 no.
The original The Lego Movie was a very successful and really funny movie in my opinion, especially when I saw it before the Lego Batman film came out in 2016. When the Lego Batman movie came out on DVD, I actually have rented it, in a sense, from my local library, which actually does have quite the collection of DVDs down there. And I fell in love with the Lego Batman movie entirely. But in the back of my mind, I kept thinking, the Lego Batman movie was a really successful film, one of the funniest films of 2017. A lot of people, critics everywhere, loved the Lego Batman movie. But you still have to remember, we still have the sequel that was never made when the Duplo pieces from the sister of the brother character be brought into the Lego movie. So in 2019, the Lego Movie Part 2 was announced. And then it came out. And I'm sorry to say that it is not one of the best movies that I have seen. Now look, I've seen my fair share of bad films, just like everybody else. I've seen my fair share of some boring films. This kind of falls into the category. But here's the bright side. It's not as bad as some other films added. Now, before I wanted to do this review, I watched it 3 times. And all 3 times, my opinions haven't changed. It's that unfortunately, while the story is a pretty decent one, unfortunately, it's not as good as both the original, the Lego movie, and of course, Lego Batman Part 2, and of course, Lego Batman. See, the thing is, I was hoping that the Batman in the Lego movie would have been the same from the Lego Batman film because it's the same Batman. Unfortunately, somebody made a mistake, and Will Arnett did come back as Batman just not the Batman I was expecting. But is the Lego Movie Part 2 pretty much worth your time seeing? Yes, and unfortunately, in the latter category, no. The Lego Movie Part 2 has a pretty good feeling for it for story-wise, and that it's supposed to be about a brother and sister finally coming together to play together because that's what his sister wants. The movie, unfortunately, then becomes a parody of everybody famous such as Chris Pratt, Batman, and everything else is in the world of Hollywood and also film criticism. On the bright side, I did really like the film's comedy and the film's parody aspect, but that only goes so far because the rest of the film, actually to me, is kind of generic and a little bit boring. Even when they had the infamous and one of my favorite comedians of all time, Maya Rudolph, in the role, unfortunately, I still wasn't very happy with how the film went on that level. Before I continue on with the rest of my criticism and whatnot for the Lego Movie Part 2, let me make two things perfectly clear. Number one, I'm very happy for Chris Pratt for voicing Mario. I've seen the trailer so many times, it actually looked really damn good to me. Unfortunately, the Mario movie is like on my top 3, I would say, right now, or top 5 list. Because Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse looks fucking amazing. Blue Beetle has caught my attention, and The Evil Dead Rises really looks pretty damn good, especially since I haven't seen the original Evil Dead. What do we make? Don't hit me! Go away! Eventually I'll have to. I heard some good things about the original and about the remake. And I know that this is a sequel to the 2013 remake. But, anyways, it seems that, for Emmett in the original movie, he was the main character, even though he was just a construction builder. But yet he was seen through the eyes of a little boy as the possible hero. Now, we can all understand that the original purpose of the Lego movie was that imagination pushes everybody forward, which is a great thing because children need an imagination to run through things. One of the best children's series, and yes, I've seen some episodes. Shut up! Don't you dare yell at me in the comments or in a live chat of this. Bluey has an amazing, even for a child aspect, has an amazing imagination purpose going through some of the episodes. Don't even go there. No, I don't have children, but I have checked this animated series out just for the hell of it, and you know what? It's pretty damn good. So, but I'm very happy for Chris Pratt. I really did like the Lego movie and the Lego Batman film, but it's just unfortunate that the Lego Movie Part 2 is kind of what the Lego movie has already done. And also what the Lego Batman movie have done, because the Lego Batman movie was poking fun and kind of being a parody of every Batman in existence. Adam West, Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, Ben Affleck. All of the Batmen had been parodied in that film, especially the legendary Kevin Conroy. In this film, it's poking fun of a lot of movie aspects. There's even a joke of, I believe, either Aliens or Predator, which is just really damn weird to have in a children's film because children aren't going to watch a film about aliens coming to Earth or in space killing people from Earth. What is wrong with you? I do really like some of the aspects of the joke comedies in it, with like the Playcobots, they come to Earth and then they annihilate people, which is not the entire point of the Playcobots, which I actually also did like. And I know that this is from a child's purpose. I think that the child in the film, his name is Flynn, I think. He has he had grown up some. I think he's like 13, 15 years old, and his sister is like maybe like 8, 9 at best. But here's the thing, in my main gripe and problem with this film. Well, yes, this is about a brother and sister playing together, and my favorite Toy Story film is actually Toy Story 3, to be truthful, especially the ending with Andy playing with the girl that ends up getting the toys, Bonnie. See, it copies that very so infamously at the ending with the brother and sister playing. But shouldn't this have been very similar to Toy Story 3? Maybe Flynn realizing that he's getting older and his sister should be taking over the place. And now, granted, I do love the comedy aspect in this and I love the story of this, but it's just unfortunate that eventually the story kind of loses focus, especially when it focuses on the sister system. Get it? The sister system, aka your sister's room. As some young boys think it's like a magical world. It's like, it's really not. It's just a room. I've shared a room with an older sister before because of living situations before. What on earth makes you think that it's like the most fantastic place ever to be? It's not. And I've also, because I have dated women, I've been in other women's rooms, not like that. Get your mind out of the gutter. But they have taken me to visit their, own rooms, and they're nothing fantastical. They're just a room of things that they like, just like mine. For example, if you've seen my room tour, you've seen the things that I have. It's just a room. There is nothing fantastical in these things. So I will admit that the animation, I went way off topic there. I'm sorry. I haven't been feeling good today, so if I go in tangent, just let me go tangent. But I do have to say the animation style is really back and it's spectacular. And I don't know who decided to do it, but there is a reference to the Team America Police Academy or Police something movie. I haven't seen it, mind you, but I know it's a parody, and it's like the funniest thing that ever happened in the movie when evil Everett faces off against the other Everett. Or it's just the funniest thing. What is his name again? I think I said his name on Emmett, not Everett. And yes, there's an evil Emmett in this movie because there's a really long story to why he's evil. I'm not gonna get into it here, but the Team America joke was just hilarious to me.
My friends are coming to rescue me, and you can't stop them. Raptors to the Rex-Wing fighters. Don't let.
The Lego movie's purpose was to set up that a brother and sister relationship is important, and as a brother, both little and big, I have to admit that that is very important. The movie, however, sadly takes a very, very long time to get that point going, and like the original point took a long time too, but this one took even longer. For what it's worth, the Lego movie is a pretty decent all-around amazing animated film, but it doesn't hold up to what the Lego Batman film and the Lego movie before it had done. All in all, I found it to be a pretty decent and kind of funny film for what it's worth, but it's just not my cup of tea if we're talking actual personal retrospects. I will say this, however, if you are interested in checking out this movie, I highly recommend it, especially if you have children, because it might be something for all of you to enjoy in this movie. The Lego movie had appeal. It had something worthwhile, something to really enjoy for everybody both young and old. But to me, and maybe it's just because I'm a fanboy of both the original Lego movie and the Lego Batman film, is that I really did like those other two movies a lot more than this one, unfortunately. Yes, I've always had the interest in checking it out, especially from the trailer back in 2019. But there was also a lot of things that happened back in 2019 for me. And really, I didn't have the chance to see it at the time. And then dark age happened of 2020. Then other things got in the way. Then more things got in the way. Till I eventually got to see it this year. And lo and behold, I don't think that it's very good. I think it's appeasing. I think it's something to look at nicely. And I also think that there is some appeal in if it does get a third movie. Just I hope that they make the mistake. And pretty much the best part of it is that the queen of the movie is voiced by Tiffany Haddish, who I really do like and enjoy as a comedian. There are too many songs in this movie. I mean, way too many. The first one just had Everything is Awesome, which is pretty much like one of the best songs to come out of that. This one has Will Arnett and rapping, if you can believe that, and some other songs just like this song. This song will get stuck inside your head, which that is the only lyrics to the movie. So, what do I think that my Funko Pop version should be? One that I actually have picked up the day that I'm recording this, which I'm opening it because I do not care. And I am going to give it my vinyl pop rating of the Rugrats Chucky Finster. It's something to look at, it's something to admire, it's something that has a little bit of everything inside. It's just not that damn good of an amazing film. But it's something to look at and admire. You know, funny story before I close out. Chucky Finster is one of my favorite Rugrats characters, and yes, I have grown up with the Rugrats. And at my local Walgreens is where he was sold because that's usually where I buy mine. And here's the funny thing, I went in there with money enough to pay for the full price because usually at my Walgreens it's like $14 for a Funko Pop. Chucky Finster was like on the clearance or something because when they ran him up, he was only $8.38 with tax. $1.19, but with tax added on, or no, $1.29, but with tax added on, that was $1.38. Then we had $1 worth of points, so Chucky was only 38 cents. I am not even joking. So it is worth of Chucky Finster. And also, it would probably entertain your children a lot more than the adult, but I think that's why these movies are made for the children, which I can understand. I'm a 28-year-old nerd that's nerding out over things like TV shows and cartoons and other stuff. I'm so lonely. But thank you guys anyway so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below about the Lego Movie Part 2. I didn't really enjoy it, but if you did, let me know in the comment section down below if it was worth your time and effort and money. But unfortunately for me, it just wasn't worth it. If you want a better animated movie to watch for children of any or all ages and one that I have already reviewed, check out the SpongeBob SquarePants Sponge on a Run movie. It's a lot better than the Lego Movie. Or hell, check out the first Lego Movie or the Lego Batman movie as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Lady Universe, I've been White and Nerdy, and keep geeking on, and I'll see you next time.